Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel, Lydia Lost the Plot. I'm Lydia and you may have thought that I had lost the plot and gone missing, but don't worry, I am back and back with a bang, hopefully. I have been pretty unwell. I had a cold and it's crazy, and then unfortunately some personal things have happened that have meant that I couldn't get any videos filmed, so I'm catching up like there's no tomorrow, and I'm really excited to update you all on my reading and what's been happening, and also to celebrate my birthday, which is next week. Can you believe it? That's actually crazy. I can't believe I'm old. Anyway, the thing that you're here for are the books. Let's be honest. So the first book that I managed to get read this week was Stoneyard Devotional by Charlotte Wood. Now I am attempting to read the whole Booker Prize shortlist before the announcement of the winner. How successful I will be, we don't know. My reading it's still been good. I've still managed to keep on top of it, but because life has just been happening and it's just been chaotic, as is normally my life, I've not been able to read as much, but I've been doing a lot at work, a lot on my commute, kind of finding these little snippets of time, nuggets of time to read, because it really does make me feel good. It helps my mental health. I think it helps with my attitude. It just helps with everything. It really helps with my recovery. It's just amazing. So I like to try and keep up with my reading as often as possible when time allows. But Stoneyard Devotional by Charlotte Wood is absolutely phenomenal. It blew my little socks off. I did not know what to expect when I first delved into this. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know anything. I have read Charlotte Wood's The Weekend, which if you haven't read that yet, go and get yourself a copy, because it is so phenomenally written. It's a brilliant book, especially if you're looking for a book with like summer vibes, and it's about 4 older women and they're kind of they've lost one of their friends, and it's just a story I'd never heard before. So I was really looking forward to reading something else by Charlotte, and so this being on the Booker Prize shortlist gave me the impetus to read it, and oh my goodness, am I glad I did. It was unputdownable. There is something so beautiful about Charlotte's writing, and basically it tells the story of a woman who goes to it's sort of like a convent with nuns in, and she just abandons her life and she just goes there. And it's not about religion, it's more about escaping self and what our own concept of self and self-discovery is, and how we may or may not go about that. It's very internalized, it's very self-reflective, but at no point is it ever repetitive or boring or dull or any of those things. It's so vibrant, and so there's a little thread of a mystery, a very small thread of a mystery that runs throughout the narrative. That's really nice, because you get to follow along with that. But really, I could just listen to her talking about herself, the character, for hours on end. It was just so good. I mean, it's maybe 200 and odd pages long, and it took me like a day because it was just so good. I couldn't put it down. It was just so readable. It's told in really short chapters, almost like diary entries, and it's so beautiful. And I think that it's given me a huge kind of turning perspective about self-reflection and what that might be. And you know, I myself am going through a process of recovery where I'm looking at myself and what works for me and what doesn't, and it's really helped. So I can't recommend this book enough. I really can't. I've not read the full Booker Prize Booker Prize shortlist yet, but this is holding a very special place for me so far in my heart. So that was the only book that I have completely finished this week. The other two that I this one I am 30 pages off finishing, but I thought I'd tell you about it before I finished. And that is Ghosts of the Tsunami by Richard Lloyd Parry. Now, this is a non-fiction account of the 11th of March 2011. Massive earthquake that hit Japan. It was the one that affected the Fukushima nuclear plant. And it zones in on the story of one primary school and about what happened there, where basically a heck of a lot of children were killed, their teachers were killed, and it's sort of this little microcosm of what the whole of Japan was feeling in terms of the tsunami and the aftermath of that. But it also talks about grief and death, my favourite subjects, and also and about the fight for justice and the truth, and how do you find the truth when the majority of the people that were there are not there to tell you what happened. And it taught me a lot about Japanese culture and Japanese tradition, Japanese language, and the way that things like body language communicate so much in their community. And I don't know, it is such a brilliant book. It's a really, really good account of what happened, and I feel like it really goes into the personal effects of such a catastrophic thing. I mean, I've watched documentaries on tsunamis, on this tsunami particularly, and the Boxing Day tsunami as well. And a lot of the time you forget, or you don't forget, but you overlook the individuals that are caught up in these great, huge disasters, because the disaster itself is so incomparable that you can't scale it down to a personal tragedy. And yet what Richard Lloyd Parry does in this account is he focuses in on these children, their families, that, some of these mothers and fathers were looking for their children for months. And it's just absolutely heartbreaking. It really is. But it's phenomenally written. I thoroughly feel like everyone should read this book. If you're interested in tsunamis, in disasters, things like that, then do get your head onto this one. Now, the last book that I'm reading, or have just started actually, is my next fiction novel, which is Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner. Now, I am 76 pages in, so enough that I'm allowed to give a slight opinion on it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's funny. I didn't expect it to be funny, but it's really funny, and I love that about this. It's witty, and there are some really acerbic and irreverent points that she makes that I love. It's just sometimes she has this like fun turn of phrase, and you just think, I would have never have thought of that. And then it's just, I don't know, it's very enlightening. And I'm really enjoying it so far. So it's basically about this kind of sort of spy, MI5-ish, kind of CIA-ish person. It's all very clandestine at the minute. I haven't got a clue what's going on, but I'm enjoying not knowing. I'm enjoying the process of having not a clue. So I can't give you much of an opinion on it because I'm still trying to get my bearings, but I will let you know when I get further in what the heck is going on, because I'm not sure what is happening. I'm not, let's face it. So that's basically my reading for the moment. I will be doing my monthly wrap up in a few days, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because there are a few books that I've read this month that I've not told you about so far, and I think you'd really enjoy listening to what I've got to say about it, really. And I really hope that you're well. I've missed you all. I've missed you like you wouldn't believe. And I'm so glad to be back. And I'm so glad that we'll be able to delve into some really good reads over the next few months before you know what. And and hopefully you will enjoy the videos too. So if you liked this video and you like really good books, which let's face it, we all do, then please consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and also subscribing to my channel for even more bookish things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.